like to simply state that I do not understand the nature and cause of the action in regard of the elements of my personal jurisdiction.
All right. Are you entering a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I cannot enter a plea at the moment because I'm not sure what I'm going to be tried under. What jurisdiction am I going to be tried under?
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're taking a look at yet another court appearance involving a so-called sovereign citizen. And trust me, this one will leave you shaking your head. This gentleman is in court because he believes traffic laws don't apply to him and that he can drive without a license. Seriously, it's like he thinks he's living in a different world where the rules just don't exist. He tries to sound clever, tossing around legal jargon that makes no real sense, but the judge isn't buying it for a second. Just a quick fact check. In all 50 states, you must have a valid driver's license to operate a vehicle. No phrase, technicality, or so-called legal loophole is going to change that. Fortunately, the judge handles it all with calm authority and doesn't let the nonsense slow things down. Let me know in the comments, do you think people like this truly believe what they're saying, or are they just trying to stir things?
In a moment, I'm going to ask how you wish to proceed in regards to a plea. Right now, do you have a plan in regards to an attorney? Are you hiring an attorney, asking the court to appoint, representing yourself?
Represent myself, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Curvin, you looks like you're 33 years old. So absent some other compelling reason, you'd be able to represent yourself. If you wish to, I'm going to ask what your plea is. If you wish to have a trial, if you wish to, I don't know if you qualify for a diversion, if you wish to try to get the case resolved either through counsel or yourself with the county attorney's office, any of those things, then your plea should be not guilty. If you choose to plead guilty, then we would proceed to sentencing. I would hear from both parties in a pronounced sentence. If you plead no contest, that is then if the state were to present what we refer to as a proffer, a person who's pleading no contest are not challenging the charge, but they're not pleading guilty per se. If there's a proffer that supports the facts that would result in a guilty verdict, then that person would be found guilty and we'd proceed to sentencing in the same manner as I described before. With those things in mind, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Are we on the record?
Yes.
So on the record before I make a plea, I'd like to simply state that I do not understand the nature and cause of the action in regard of the elements of my personal jurisdiction, the venue, and the nature cause of action until the prosecution has properly alleged them for me, and therefore I'm not able to enter a plea until then. I'd like to know if it's going to be if I'm going to be tried under common law, or is it
Up. Let's take a closer look. You know what's wild? These self-proclaimed sovereign citizens almost always say the exact same things, word for word. It's like they're reading from a shared script they all memorized. But if you actually try to follow what they're saying, it's just a confusing mix of buzzwords and half-baked legal theories. They always act like they're going to be the one who outsmarts the judge and walks away. But that has literally never happened. At one point, this guy even asks, "What law am I being charged under?" The answer, traffic law. It's not a trick. To his credit, he's being more polite than many others we've seen, but he's still clearly not grounded in legal reality. What's your take so far? Let's see what happens next. For those unfamiliar, sovereign citizens believe in a concept called a special appearance, where they think they can reject the court's authority.
going to be on the maritime until
Can you speak up a little bit? It's difficult to hear you.
I got my headphones on. Did you hear what I said, or just what part did you need to
I heard part of what you said, so.
Okay. I was saying, for the record, I did not simply understand nature and cause of action bring about against me with regards of the elements of our personal jurisdiction, and also the nature cause of action until the jurisdiction, the prosecution has let me know what they're going to try me underneath, so I can let you know what I'm going to make my plea. I'm not really sure if it's under common law or is it maritime law. So I can know how to defend myself, and then I can enter my plea.
All right. Have you filed a motion for discovery in this case?
I filed in my I put a special appearance and affidavit in about a week ago.
Well, there's something that's listed as correspondence in the court file. I'm looking at it now. It's not an official pleading. Neither does it state that you've requested information from the state that we refer to as discovery.
You didn't receive. I emailed. I actually faxed the. I faxed the special appearance. Did you receive it?
There's a document that looks like it is served or before a notary in Oklahoma
Mm-hmm.
that reflects what appears to be your signature and says respondent beneficiary of the named defendant
They,
in constitutional rights / benefits.
it
Is
should be
that the
like a.
document you're referring to?
Yeah, I think is it just only one they went through? Because it's like 4 pages, 4 or 5, a few pages that went through, not just one.
There's a one-page document.
There's only one. It's supposed to be more. I faxed to more over there. It was supposed to be like 4 pages.
It's one page.
Yeah,
Where it begins is at the top. It says the Supreme Court said in U.S. versus Mirsky.
yeah. I have a copy right here with me. I think you're just referring to the last page, and I sent like 4 pages of them. I think I got it notarized at the end of it, and I think the notary already sent the last page to you, but it was supposed to be 4 more pages to go with that. And that was the special appearance.
All right. Are you entering a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I cannot answer a plea at the moment because I'm not sure what I'm going to be tried under. What jurisdiction am I going to be tried under? I do not understand the nature of the cause of action brought up yesterday.
Well, I've explained what you're charged with.
Yes.
I'm going to put you down as a plea of not guilty and set this matter for trial. If you wish to,
How do because my special parents didn't make it. I need to rescind it as well.
Just by saying so. In this case, the man tried to rescind that appearance, thinking that would somehow remove the court's power over him. But once you show up in court, whether you agree with it or not, the court has jurisdiction. That's just how it works. The judge clearly isn't fazed by this. He's likely heard this exact argument dozens of times before and knows it leads nowhere. At the end of the day, all this behavior does is waste time and create confusion. None of these strategies have ever worked. What do you think? Is there any logic to this kind of defense, or is it just pure fiction? Let's jump back into it. Now, about the jury trial, do you think this guy has any chance of winning? Be honest. He was caught driving without a license, and it even looked like he was sitting in a car during the virtual court hearing. You can't make this stuff up. He's not doing himself any favors with the same old script sovereign citizens always seem to follow. And while he's been more respectful than most, that alone won't help when you're refusing to follow basic laws. Unfortunately,
How can I reset it so I can have a chance to rescind my special appearance because it didn't make it in? I guess you only had the last copy of it. There's more pages that you didn't receive. I need to enter that in beforehand. How can I reset it so I can do that? I have time to do that. I can do it today, and we can reset it for this same time next week if that's okay with
I'm going to go ahead and set this for trial. You can, if you have pretrial motions that you'd like to address, they need to be properly filed.
you. Okay.
Sometimes if people are representing themselves, they're still held to the same standard as an attorney would be.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes people don't have the experience to do that correctly. So there's an advantage to having an attorney. But I'm going to set aside 2 hours for bench trial.
I'd like to be tried by jury if that's okay. If I'm going to be separate trial, if it has to be separate trial,
Have you made a written request for trial by jury?
I have not. This is my first appearance today.
If you're seeking to have a jury trial, then you're going to need to file a written motion in that regard.
Okay.
Again, pursuant to Kansas law, there are restrictions in that regard. When we set a jury trial, I generally have a pretrial date that we have. You will be required to be here at Elk County to conduct that hearing. If you have pretrial motions that you're wishing to have heard, we typically would do that in advance at a pretrial. I'm going to set a pretrial date at this time. It'll give you an opportunity to place your written motion for request for jury trial.
Jury trials often don't get posted online, so we probably won't see how this case ends. But if I had to guess, things likely don't go well for him. His entire argument falls apart every time he speaks. Just ignoring the court doesn't make it go away, no matter how badly he wants that to be true. I don't think the punishment will be too extreme, but hopefully he gets a fine hefty enough to make him think twice. Because driving without a license isn't just a technical issue, it's a safety risk for everyone on the road. Let me know what you thought of this one in the comments. I always enjoy hearing your thoughts on these unusual cases. Thanks so much for watching and spending time with me today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy these courtroom breakdowns. I post new videos daily. So stay tuned. See you in the next one.